Jacksonville Jaguars. Leading the Washington sideline, that's head coach Dan Quinn. His side hoping to stay above 500 after this week. They're 3-2 here today. On the opposite side, Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen. These guys are ready as they always are to play in front of this home crowd, hoping the extra surge of momentum pays off in a win. I'm Kate Scott here with Brock Heward, and everybody just about set. And we're off from Jacksonville. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. They are brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback that was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but took great care of the football. And of course, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And finally, they're able to stop this play from getting any more yards.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and ducking the ball.
Addison going in motion right. Has him on a quick hitter. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
Here's Chubb on second down. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Got a man, that's Kincaid. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Here's Chubb. How about this? He can't even get past the line of scrimmage. No challenge for the end zone here.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Here's a screen now for Chubb. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Makes it up to the 25. Now the Commanders will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken 2nd in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Probably feels like he owes his guys one after last week, doesn't he? Threw a couple picks, didn't find the end zone. His guys around him still found a way to win. Now here's where he's got to be careful, Kate. You can't get it all back at once. Sometimes when you're over-aggressive, it leads to days like last week, a couple interceptions. But to do your job, just do your job well.
It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is it going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
He has the first over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps the drive moving. And the slated downs to approach here from the 40. Daniels on first down. Short pass brought in. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Commanders will have a first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They run. It's Krosky Merritt. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Past the 60.
From the gun, it's Daniels. That's Bailey on the sideline, caught. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. Offense sure is marching to begin this game. Here's a first down from the 30. Out of the gun, Daniels. Chased out to his right. Taken in by Bailey, right side. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Cowboy 80.
Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Again, Daniels to the air. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete.
As I watch practices today, college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
And that is caught. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders finish off their opening drive. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, overall, we need to just shred this defense through the air.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. He's brought down just inside the 25. The Jaguars to win their offense back out there as Nick Chubb returns to the field. And he snagged a touchdown catch on their opening drive, as we see here, something that's become a bit of a habit for him, as he's among the league's best backs in that regard. They'll run the draw with Chubb. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
All right, here we go. Second down. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And this is looking familiar, partner. He's dropped for a loss again. It's going to be third down.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after two straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
Third and long, Mayfield. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And they're going to be stuck with a fourth and long. And the end of that return, Brock, also brings us to the end of our first quarter. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They'll have it here after forcing that punt to end the first. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So second down coming up. Iran, it's Krosky Merritt. And that one doesn't get him much. Give him maybe a yard. It's third down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door to a bigger gap in the future.
Daniels throwing on third. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Okay, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up, but that can sure help to get yourself off the field with that third down stop.
This offense is not leaving the field. On 4th and 8, they're going for it.
19 Sergeant, 19 Sergeant.
Now Daniels off the play action. This connects with Higgins. And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
Daniels from the pistol. In disaster averted, he knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. trying to force one through there. And now they face second down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate. That was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Devon Holland there to make the stop.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Throwing on third and long. Lockett isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Fourth down, here's Daniels. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense. Get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Baker now from the gun. That's cut in stride by Addison. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Lockett isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, and let that pass rush get home.
They give inside to Joe. He's able to drive that pile by yard. Stopped by Deion Henley.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Completed over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
Jacksonville in punt formation. And this is marked out all the way down at the 6. They'll be dangerously close to their own goal line for this series. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. They're coming off a 4th down try that didn't work in their favor. Let's see how that might affect the approach they take this time out. Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go. 18, 5 in. 70. 7 Pirates.
To throw, Daniels. That's caught left side by Vele. And he's brought to a stop after he found plenty of room to run.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Daniels now. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. Attacking the screen. Look at this defense, getting him down behind the line.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 32-yard line.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from Everbank. The Commanders with a long ways to go for a score. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
60 bites, 60 bites.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
70, look.
To throw again, it's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Now on fourth down, A.J. Cole headed out to handle the punt. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Fields this at the 19. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. First down, here's Baker. Throwing the out route complete. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
This is Ridley working the right side. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. First down, looking to throw. Mayfield. Throwing this back in the end zone. And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars get some late points and the lead. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels escapes the pocket. Catch made by Foreman. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it and throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
Throwing on first down, Daniels. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
To throw again on second down, Daniels. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picks it off. He steps in front and picks it off. Looked like he missed the spot there, partner. Maybe because he threw it on the run?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, Kate. You know, you get set in the pocket. This game is fast anyway. Things are flying, but once you get on the run, it is a whole nother speed and really becomes advantage defense as they take it away.
And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 30-yard line.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. It's taken in by Kendrick Bourne. Well, this certainly makes the third down easier. Nearly avoided it altogether. Gain of 10 right up near that marker now.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Mayfield looking to throw on his third one. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. On again comes Ryan Wright for another punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely. That'll be a touchback. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
On first down, here's Daniels. Finds a seam down the middle. Breaks free in the center of the field. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
Here we go, set.
From the red zone now. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders earn the chance to tie before halftime. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. They'll kneel the half out, and they're content to take a tie into the locker room. So we're all knotted up here at the half, Brock, as we send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen, who's got our halftime report. Scott? And with a push of a button, we say so long to the halftime report and jump right back to the start of the third quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Starting from the 5. Showing a little burst so far. And they'll be looking at some decent field position. He's out of bounds up towards the 35. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Here's first and 10 from the 34.
70 Timberwolves.
Here's Crosby Merritt on the carry. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down, and they go right back to it. Good defensive effort here, drives them back across midfield onto their own side.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Second and 13. Rolling left, buying some time. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunky yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
Let's go now.
Daniels throwing on third. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he works this to the 38 before going down. That's good for 7 yards. And the Commanders will have a first. New set of downs for him at the 38. A run now with Koski Merritt. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Daniels on first down. Completed to his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Here's Koski Merritt. And he's able to get this down to the 13. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
Go! Cowboy 80!
Back-to-back carries here. Jukes it, and he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take the lead right away in half number 2. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So a rarity for anyone playing penalty bingo. It's a kickoff out of bounds and some great field position starting out. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Chubb up the middle. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Baker now off the play fake. Playing right side by Kincaid. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Kate, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week. During practice, the both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And we've got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders. You sign up for it.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. Has the connection to Ridley. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
1st down throw here. Mayfield. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. This one misses the tight end. And it sets up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
20! What's up?
Throwing again is Baker. Finds a man right side. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down is short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. Mayfield keeps it himself. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 16.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
From the 16. Pass him on the quick hitter. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
Offense set for a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
They give him down a Chubb. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the gun, Mayfield. Has it down close. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars start the 2nd half with some needed points. Dalton Kincaid with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars tie this game at 21. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Commanders and running back Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt headed back to the field now. And they haven't been shy about looking his way in the passing game, have they? You can see that so far this season, he's currently leading all running backs in receiving yards. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Osa Odighizuwa on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's all knotted up at 21, partner. Still plenty of scoring here as we try to decide our winner. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Hits him on the out route. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Daniels now on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd down.
19 Tiger.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Escapes out to the left. He'll make a big play on the ground. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
But once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running room. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those 2, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
So simple, yet so hard to defend, Kate. They line up, they play smash mouth, and they get the 1st down.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Daniels will keep it again. And this give not as fruitful. They're on him quicker this time. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Offense to the line for second down. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Trying to find his tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Let's go now. Let's go, lady.
3rd and long for Daniels. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Well, tie game, and they want to be the ones that put this away. They're going for it. Now Daniels on 4th down. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
50% hit rate on 4th down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate, and that's that this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Baker. Short pass brought in. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commander's territory.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Here's 2nd and 5. Here's a screen now for Chubb. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Looking to throw. He's able to hit Ridley, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Baker throwing again. Right back to Ridley, caught again. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
I feel so bad, I really do. And some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, and there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
It's now 3rd and less than a yard.
He's going to keep this one. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down.
Field goal, a 37-yard attempt.
Kicked well, and this is good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed the lead.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Commanders set to take over. And after they were stopped on 4th down their prior possession, Brock, you got to wonder if they're going to be confident enough to go for it again if they get to that point here. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Come on, come on. Cowboy 80.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
First and 10 from the 41.
Down. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
Daniels now. Downfield, that finds Shaheed. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
The left side, caught by Higgins. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Here we go. Here we go. Randy Lyons.
Shotgun handoff to Herbert. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's first and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it'll be second down. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. Well, you can scratch that one from the playbook if you're not going to call it again if you can't impact the tackle. You just saw him sit right there. He was ready for a feast, and he buried that draw before it could get started.
To throw. Connection made to Shaheed. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. First and goal.
18, 5 here. Warriors, 17.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. First and goal, now 5 yards tougher after that penalty. Setting up to pass. And he's in, and that's a touchdown. And with almost no time left, he just likely won this game.
The moment not too big for any of them, and Kate, they cashed in where it really mattered.
That one splits the uprights, and the Commanders take a 4-point lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Returnable from the 2. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes first and 10. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Here he goes, one final shot. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's going to wind up out of bounds, so a request for a miracle goes unanswered. This game comes to an end. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And there was no easy enough. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory.